Hello, knowledge seekers. In this episode of 20-Minute Books, we dive into The Joy of Missing Out by Tanya Dalton, a revelatory guide published in 2019 that challenges our conventional approaches to productivity and stress management. This insightful book lays out a roadmap for streamlining our lives, highlighting the importance of saying no to overcommitment and yes to prioritizing what truly matters. Dalton, with her rich background as a productivity expert, best-selling author, and the entrepreneurial spirit behind Inkwell Press Productivity Company, brings her expertise straight into the hands of the reader. Through actionable strategies, she enlightens us on how to shed the weight of unnecessary stress and enhance our daily productivity by focusing on our core values and priorities. The joy of missing out is especially tailored for individuals who find themselves constantly battling with time management, those who have difficulty in asserting boundaries, and women across all walks of life seeking to achieve more by doing less. Whether you're a student juggling deadlines, a professional trapped in a cycle of endless tasks, or someone simply trying to find balance in a hectic world, this book offers a fresh perspective that is bound to transform your approach to life and productivity. So if you're ready to step away from the chaos and embrace a simpler, more focused way of living, let's dive into the wisdom that Tanya Dalton has to share in The Joy of Missing Out. The Joy of Missing Out. Live more by doing less. Introduction. Discover the joy of choosing what matters over merely being busy. Do you often find yourself caught in the whirlwind of life, constantly moving, yet feeling like you're getting nowhere? It's a trap many fall into, mistaking busyness for productivity, saying yes to everything, and putting other people's needs before your own. This relentless cycle can leave you feeling exhausted, unfulfilled, and far from successful. It's time to hit pause and reassess, because real productivity isn't about doing more, it's about doing what matters. This narration will unravel the essence of true productivity. You'll learn how to distinguish between being merely busy and being genuinely productive. By exploring strategies to pinpoint your priorities, reduce stress, and implement actionable tips for leading a productive life, you'll be equipped to not only understand but also embrace the power of missing out. Let's ride a bicycle through the journey of balance, an analogy for maintaining equilibrium in life. Navigating life's path requires constant adjustments, similar to how one keeps a bicycle steady. It's about moving forward with purpose, steering clear of unnecessary diversions, and knowing when to push harder or just coast along enjoying the scenery. Along the way, we'll debunk 3 pervasive myths of productivity that keep you chained to the cycle of busyness. Uncovering these myths is crucial for anyone longing to break free from the societal praise of perpetual motion and instead yearn for meaningful achievements. And lastly, understand the importance of white space, those moments of pause in our day-to-day. White space isn't about doing nothing, it's about allowing room for recharging, creativity, and reflection. It's the canvas upon which the masterpiece of productivity is painted, guiding you to make intentional choices that align with your true priorities. In essence, this journey is not about forsaking opportunities, but rather about making discerning choices. It's recognizing that you don't have to be a jack of all trades, spread thin by endless tasks. Instead, it's about mastering the art of tuning into what genuinely matters, finding satisfaction and success not in quantity, but in quality. Welcome to The Joy of Missing Out, where we learn to celebrate the paths we choose with intention, leading to a truly fulfilling and productive life. Part 1. Embracing what matters. A shift from balance to prioritization. The quest for balance is somewhat of an illusion, a never-ending cycle that leaves many of us feeling stuck and unsatisfied. We're often led to believe that balance means allocating equal parts of our attention and energy to every aspect of our lives. However, striving for this kind of equilibrium might actually hinder our progress rather than propel us forward. The significant takeaway here is to shift your focus from seeking balance to honing in on what's truly important in your life. Consider the analogy of riding a bicycle. When stationary, maintaining balance is challenging, if not impossible. It is the act of moving forward, of propelling the bike by pedaling and making necessary adjustments that keeps us upright. Similarly, life demands continuous shifts and adjustments in our focus and priorities to keep moving forward. This journey involves understanding the distinct areas of our lives, work, personal, and home, and acknowledging that it's unrealistic to divide our time, energy, and focus equally among them. Each segment holds its importance, but saturating ourselves too thinly across them leads to minimal progress and maximum exhaustion. So why do we succumb to this pattern of attempting to achieve perfect balance? The answer lies in our perceptions of societal expectations and the pressure to conform to them. For instance, the author shares a personal revelation about motherhood. She initially believed that being a good mother meant being constantly present at home, baking cookies, and being actively involved in school activities. This standard, however, clashed with her reality and passion for her work, leaving her grappling with guilt and a sense of inadequacy. Over time, she realized that these societal norms were unrealistic and that true fulfillment came from focusing on loving and caring for her children in the best way she could, instead of trying to meet every external expectation. By recognizing and challenging these societal pressures, we can shift from a futile chase for balance to prioritizing what truly matters to us. It's about dropping the weight of unrealistic expectations and instead putting our energy into the areas of life that propel us forward and make us feel fulfilled. Let's embrace prioritization as our new North Star. It's not about achieving perfect balance, but about making intentional choices that align with our values and move us in the direction of our goals. Only then can we find genuine happiness and satisfaction in the journey of life. Part 2. Charting your course. How defining your purpose shapes your decisions. Every day we're faced with countless decisions, both big and small. Yet, amidst this daily decision-making, how often do we stop to consider what's guiding us? Are we merely following the crowd, or are we steering our path based on a purpose that is uniquely our own? The significance of nurturing a well-defined purpose cannot be overstated. It's the compass that guides your priorities and shapes the choices you make. Embarking on the journey to articulate your life's purpose might seem overwhelming at first, but embarking on this voyage is immensely rewarding. Let's delve into the essence of this journey. Defining your life's purpose is the cornerstone in shaping the decisions you embark on. Imagine your purpose as a blend of your mission, vision, and core values, each component playing a critical role in the grand scheme of your life's direction. To unearth your mission, consider undertaking the ABC brain dump exercise. Initiate by placing the alphabet vertically down a page. Ponder deeply about your motivations and for each letter, jot down anything that springs to mind. After you've filled your alphabetical list, look for patterns or standout themes. These insights can help crystallize your mission statement, a succinct declaration of your raison d'être. Consider how renowned brands like Nike encapsulate their why in a brief yet impactful statement to bring inspiration and innovation to every athlete in the world. Next, cast your gaze towards the future with a vision statement. Craft yours by assembling a vision board brimming with motivating images and words. While sifting through the potential futures illustrated on your board, ask yourself, how do I envision my growth? How can I refine my current endeavors for a brighter future? Let these reflections guide you to a compelling vision statement that captures your aspirations. Lastly, define your core values, the principles that will guide your conduct and decision-making. Identify words that resonate with you deeply, imagining how you'd like others to describe you. Strive to consolidate your values into 6 words or fewer, clustering similar concepts if necessary. Take inspiration from companies like Adobe, which distills its essence into keywords like performance, passion, and integrity. While defining your mission, vision, and core values might require time and introspection, The outcome is your personalized roadmap. With it, you'll possess a clear sense of direction, empowering you to make decisions that are in harmony with your purpose. Welcome to the beginning of a life navigated by intention, where every choice you make is a step towards realizing your full potential. Part 3. Harnessing your focus through goals and boundaries. In today's fast-paced world, distractions are not just common, they're the norm. With the constant buzz of smartphones, the flood of emails, and the endless allure of social media, achieving focus can feel like an uphill battle. Yet, the difference between those who achieve their objectives and those who flounder in the sea of distractions often boils down to two vital strategies: setting tangible goals and establishing clear boundaries. Here lies the essence: set goals and create clear boundaries to help master your focus. Consider an enlightening study conducted with Harvard MBA students. They were asked about their goal-setting habits, revealing that a mere 3% had clearly written their goals and formulated plans to achieve them. A decade later, this small fraction was earning exponentially more than their peers, showcasing the profound impact of putting goals to paper. But merely having goals isn't a silver bullet for productivity. To truly harness our focus, we must also delineate clear boundaries. These aren't constraints, but, paradoxically, the foundation of our freedom. Picture a school playground adjacent to a bustling street. Without a fence, children instinctively play close to the building, limiting their freedom. Yet, introduce a boundary fence, and they'll spread out, playing freely and safely. This analogy mirrors the necessity of boundaries in our lives. They aren't barriers to our freedom, but the parameters within which we can fully express our productivity and creativity. These boundaries apply to all facets of our lives. They help segment our lives into work, personal, and home spheres, each given its due focus and time. For instance, consider the seductive pull of the email inbox or the social media notification. Establishing a boundary could be as simple as setting defined times to check these, thereby preventing them from consuming your attention throughout the day. Or take personal distractions, constant calls or messages from friends and family during work hours. Setting boundaries may involve communicating specific times you're available, thus protecting your focus and ensuring you're present for both work and personal interactions. In essence, the synergistic effect of clearly articulated goals and well-established boundaries is profound. Goals provide us the direction, while boundaries create the space for undistracted progress towards these objectives. Embracing these practices isn't just about eliminating distractions, it's about prioritizing what truly matters, granting us the clarity and freedom to pursue our pursuits fully. Welcome to the focused lane, where goals are not just set but achieved, and distractions don't stand a chance. Part 4. Unlock true productivity by focusing on what truly matters. In the perpetual race against time, many of us equate productivity with the ability to squeeze an ever-increasing number of tasks into our days. However, true productivity isn't about accomplishing more in less time. It's about zeroing in on what's genuinely important and dedicating our efforts there. Instead of chasing efficiency, our aim should be to cultivate effectiveness. This subtle shift in focus nudges us towards valuing the quality of our outputs over their quantity, setting meaningful goals over merely meeting deadlines, and planning for long-term success rather than immediate gratification. Here's the essential insight. Spend your time on what matters most. Achieving effective focus requires dispelling some common productivity myths that often lead us astray. Let's debunk 3 major myths that misguide our understanding of productivity. The first myth centers around multitasking. In a world that celebrates the multitasker, it may come as a surprise to learn that our brains aren't wired to handle multiple tasks simultaneously. In reality, multitasking can diminish our productivity by up to 40%. A startling revelation from a University of London study further illustrates the downside. multitasking can lower our IQ to levels comparable to missing a night's sleep. The takeaway? Multitasking may do more harm than good, compromising both the speed and quality of our work. Moving on to the second myth, the belief that breaks are a waste of time. Contradicting this notion, scientific evidence supports the idea that our minds need a reprieve every 90 to 120 minutes, aligning with our ultradian rhythms. History offers a nod to this approach. When Henry Ford implemented an 8-hour workday, critics scoffed. Yet the resultant surge in productivity proved that well-timed breaks are not a luxury, but a necessity for sustained mental performance. The third myth invites us to reassess our relationship with technology, particularly the allure of digital over traditional methods. For instance, the act of writing by hand, as opposed to typing, activates our reticular activating system, heightening attention and improving memory retention. This suggests that sometimes the best course of action might be to close the laptop and pick up a pen. By confronting these myths and focusing on our true priorities, we can recognize that not all tasks are created equal. Echoing this sentiment, Warren Buffett attributes the lion's share of his wealth to a select few investments. This underscores a powerful principle. Focusing on fewer, more significant endeavors yields greater results. Embracing this paradigm shift towards prioritization and effectiveness is the key to unlocking genuine productivity. It invites us to engage deeply with what truly matters, ensuring that our time and efforts contribute to our most cherished goals and aspirations. Part 5. Optimize your energy with a strategic priority list. If you've ever felt swamped by an endless to-do list, you understand the paralysis of not knowing where to start. This conundrum doesn't stem from having too much on our plate. Rather, it's the ambiguity of prioritization that stymies us. The solution? Developing a meticulously curated priority list. Here's the essential insight. Curate a priority list to identify where to spend your precious energy. Think of a priority list as an organizational tier of your tasks, segregated into 3 distinct levels. At the pinnacle is escalate, the domain of tasks that demand immediate attention because they are both urgent and important. Examples could range from an unexpected car breakdown to critical, last-minute project modifications necessitated by feedback. The intermediate tier, cultivate, is dedicated to tasks that, while not demanding immediate action, are crucial for long-term success. These tasks, such as strategizing on a long-term project or formulating a budget plan, leverage our proactive skills and creativity. They demand a significant chunk of our energy, but are instrumental in yielding the highest quality of our work. The foundation tier, accommodate, houses the supposedly urgent tasks that, upon closer inspection, may not significantly align with our core objectives or contribute meaningfully to our progress. This could include routine emails or calls that, while pressing, do not fundamentally serve our purpose or goals. These tasks should occupy the least of our attention. Noticeably absent from the priority list are tasks that are neither urgent nor important. These do not merit your time or energy. However, distinguishing between tasks based on their urgency and importance isn't always straightforward. Here, the clear framework can serve as a guide to discernment. By evaluating a task against 5 critical questions, is it connected to your purpose, linked to a goal, essential, advantageous, reality-based? You can assess its true value. If a task satisfies at least 3 of these criteria, it's deemed important. Take Herb Kelleher, the visionary behind Southwest Airlines, whose decision-making process was singularly focused on the airline's core mission, being the foremost low-cost airline. Each potential decision was scrutinized through this lens. If it didn't align, it was discarded. This disciplined approach propelled Southwest Airlines to remarkable success, demonstrating the power of strategic focus guided by a clear purpose. The clear framework, along with the structured tiers of escalate, cultivate, and accommodate, offers a powerful method to sift through the noise of daily tasks. By embracing this approach, you'll not only become more adept at distinguishing between what's urgent and what's truly important, but also optimize where and how you deploy your energy. This is the art of prioritization, an art that transforms overwhelming chaos into a clear path forward, ensuring your efforts are invested in what genuinely moves the needle. Part 6: Creating Systems for Success: How Habits Shape Our Lives. In the intricate dance of life, where our energy is constantly divided across varying demands, from juggling work priorities to managing household chores like laundry or finances, mastering the art of balancing isn't just helpful, it's imperative. The secret to navigating this seamlessly lies in the construction of robust systems powered by well-curated habits. The essence of this strategy is simple: build up good systems by developing the right habits. Our brains, though relatively small in mass, are colossal in their energy demands, accounting for a significant chunk of our daily caloric intake. Just like any high-performing machine, the more tasks we throw at it, the quicker it depletes its reserves, impacting its decision-making prowess. Cultivating positive habits serves as a workaround to preserve our brain's energy. By programming certain activities to become automatic, we carve out more mental space to focus on what truly matters. But how does one cultivate these life-enhancing habits? The journey begins with definition. Clarity on what habit you wish to develop, and understanding the why behind it is crucial. Say your goal is to enhance your fitness level. Identifying this objective sets the stage for the transformative process ahead. Next, you'll need to pinpoint the cues, those triggers that nudge your brain into action. An array of factors can serve as cues, from the time of the day to emotional states, or even placing your running shoes by the door. These reminders prime your brain for the intended activity, making it easier to slip into the desired behavior. After identifying the cues comes defining the behavior itself. Here's where persistence pays off. Forming a habit isn't an overnight endeavor but typically requires about 66 days. Recognize potential excuses that might derail your progress and prepare strategies to counteract them. Finally, implement the 3 R's strategy: record, reward, and redirect. Recording or tracking your progress can be incredibly motivating, a visual or quantitative testament to your dedication and growth. For instance, employing a running app provides tangible evidence of your perseverance and improvement over time. Rewards are crucial in the habit-forming phase. They reinforce the behavior, making it more likely for the activity to be remembered and repeated. Over time, the intrinsic benefits of the habit itself become the reward, eliminating the need for external incentives. And when you falter, as most people do at some point, embrace the opportunity to redirect. A lapse isn't a failure, but a temporary setback. The key is to rebound with resolve and realign your efforts. In essence, establishing effective habits isn't inherently challenging. It demands initial vigilance and energy, but paves the way for a more effortless and efficient routine. Through the deliberate creation of systems reinforced by habits, we not only streamline our daily tasks, but also unlock a greater capacity to focus on achieving our most pivotal goals. Part 7: Embrace routines for a stress-free and fulfilling life. Routines often get a bad rap for being monotonous or stifling creativity. However, when implemented thoughtfully, they stand as powerful tools for streamlining our daily lives, conserving mental energy for the tasks that truly matter, and fundamentally enhancing our overall well-being. Consider the rituals that kickstart your day. From brushing your teeth to taking a shower, these actions unfold almost mechanically, setting a rhythm that paves the way for the rest of your day. But the scope of routines extends far beyond these automatic actions. They can be consciously crafted to align with our personal and professional objectives, enabling us to carve out time for our passions or streamline the mundane yet necessary tasks of daily living. Herein lies the transformative power of routines. Routines can reduce stress and make your life more enjoyable. For instance, adopting a structured approach to regular tasks like laundry can significantly lighten your load. Recall a scenario where, by establishing Tuesday, Laundry Day, As a household habit, the author transitioned from performing this chore solo to a collective family activity. Initially, this might have required more time and patience, as her young children learnt to sort and wash their clothes under her guidance. Yet, this upfront investment eventually reaped dividends, freeing her up from this routine task and instilling in her children the habit of self-sufficiency. Beyond personal tasks, routines can be leveraged to tackle larger, potentially overwhelming projects. Take the annual ordeal of filing taxes, often left until the 11th hour, resulting in unnecessary stress. By automating this task, starting with organizing paperwork in January, gradually compiling necessary documents by February, and setting an appointment with an accountant in March, you transform a traditionally frantic period into a systematic process, leaving room to breathe easy as the deadline approaches. The essence of these automated routines is their ability to make our lives less chaotic and more intentional. By minimizing the mental load of everyday decisions, routines afford us the luxury of focusing on what truly matters, be it personal growth, family, or professional aspirations. They serve not as constraints, but as conduits to a more enjoyable and stress-free existence. Embracing routines thus unlocks a more efficient, proactive, and ultimately satisfying way of life. Part 8. Cultivating white space, the key to unlocking productivity and creativity. In the relentless hustle of modern life, where each moment seems dictated by schedules and to-do lists, the concept of pressing pause feels almost revolutionary. Yet, it is in these pauses, the unstructured moments we create for refreshment and renewal, where we find the secret ingredient to productivity, creativity, and wellness: white space. While many of us claim to lack the time for such luxuries, our binge-watching habits and endless social media scrolling suggest otherwise. The crux of the matter isn't the availability of time, but our choice in how we use it. Herein lies a critical insight. To be truly productive, give your brain a little space to play and explore. Embracing white space is not about indulging in idleness, but acknowledging the necessity of mental downtime. Research underscores the myriad benefits of allowing our minds to wander, including enhancing problem-solving skills, fostering resilience, and stoking the flames of self-motivation. Yet, in the absence of intentional efforts to create white space, we often default to filling every spare moment with digital distractions. The stark reality is that the average individual will invest over 5 years of their lifetime in social media. Imagine repurposing even a fraction of that time into moments of solitude, reflection, or nature immersion. The potential for personal growth and fulfillment is boundless. So, how do we reclaim this precious white space? The solution lies in setting boundaries, not just chronologically, but in disconnecting from the digital threads that tether us to a ceaseless cycle of information and interaction. It's about granting ourselves permission to unplug, to silence the pings of notifications, and to temporarily step back from the whirlwind of daily commitments. The author's own experience with a technology detox getaway illuminated the profound impact of disconnecting. Without the constant pull of screens, the group discovered the joys of late-night conversations, the beauty of the natural world, and the rare pleasure of truly being present with one another. This white space not only rejuvenated their spirits, but also deepened their connections with each other. In recognizing time for oneself as an investment rather than an expenditure, we unlock a reservoir of potential energy and inspiration. By carving out white space in our lives, we're not just taking a break from the chaos, we're creating a sanctuary for our minds to regroup, recharge, and ultimately thrive. This practice, when integrated into our daily routine, becomes a profound source of inner strength and creativity, fueling our productivity in ways that relentless busyness never could. Final summary. In the fast-paced world we live in, it's easy to fall into the trap of trying to do everything, spurred on by societal pressures and our own limiting beliefs. This relentless pursuit often leads us down a path of stress and dissatisfaction. leaving us yearning for a more fulfilling existence. The secret to breaking free from this cycle and reclaiming our joy lies in two transformative actions: discovering our purpose and meticulously defining our priorities based on that purpose. Herein lies the essence of a more intentional and satisfying life. It's by understanding and aligning with our core purpose that we begin to discern what truly matters. This alignment empowers us to establish priorities that resonate with our deepest values, steering us away from the superficial allure of busyness towards meaningful engagement with our tasks and relationships. Acknowledging that we cannot and should not do everything liberates us from the self-imposed pressures to meet unrealistic expectations. Instead, we learn to navigate our days with focus and clarity, investing our time and energy in what genuinely contributes to our growth, happiness, and fulfillment. In essence, the journey toward a life that's rich with purpose and free from unnecessary burden encourages us to embrace the joy of missing out. This concept isn't about neglecting responsibilities or opportunities, but about making conscious choices that align with our goals and aspirations. It teaches us that in saying no to the things that don't serve us, we're saying yes to our well-being, creativity, and peace of mind. By internalizing and acting upon these insights, we not only enhance our own lives, but also set a positive example for those around us. In doing so, we create a ripple effect, encouraging others to explore what it means to live intentionally and joyfully. Thank you for joining me today on this journey of learning and discovery as we explored the insights of another thought-provoking book in our growing library of knowledge. If you've enjoyed our time together, please take a moment to follow our podcast, give us a 5-star rating, and share 20-minute books with other knowledge seekers. Your support truly means a lot. Don't forget to join me again in the next episode, where we will delve into another enriching book. Until then, happy reading and happy listening.